Okay, I am going to take a picture of this for my staff here. It's amazing. I'm trying to live stream, and unfortunately it's my board is not letting me live stream. Every time we test it, it shows up. Every time we go live to our webinar, like today, it's not there. It's hilariously funny. Gotta laugh. I'm gonna have to use my power of intention to change this. Okay, thank you everybody for joining. Now, right off the bat, you may be experiencing some issues with your genius. If you're experiencing issues with your genius, then please know it is very temporary as the genius developer is moving to new servers. So please be patient. The other thing is if you have an Android version, we are working on an update. Android, we're working on an update. You can contact me, Ariel at geniusbiofeedback.com. We do have a temporary link for you. So if you're having trouble with your Android. Now tomorrow we have a class with Binay. Binay will be hosting a class doing a course review of my course on holistic dentistry. If you've ever wanted to know, are root canals safe? But if they're not safe, what should you do? Should you have your teeth taken out? You want to know things like that. How should you care for your teeth? What kind of a dentist should you select? What should you know when you're getting a filling? What should you know about ozone? What should you know about lasers? What should you know about fluoride? What should you know in general about just keeping your teeth for life? We go through all of that in our holistic dentistry course. So you can have all of the essentials, learn them with Binay. You could also get a special discount on the course. So we hope that you'll join us tomorrow. You can go to the events calendar to get the link for this for tomorrow. And in fact, if we don't have it on there, I'll grab the link for you before class is over. She's also giving away a free library for anybody who attends live. It's going to be a brand new library all about chronic fatigue. So you can check that out there. Okay, so Jacqueline, thank you so much. But what you want to do is, if you're having an issue with your Android, I can't help you while I'm on the actual live. So the best thing is to send me an email, Ariel at geniusbiofeedback.com. So that's our website, geniusbiofeedback.com. And then Ariel, A-R-I-E-L, at geniusbiofeedback.com. That's the best way to get this link. You can even do it while we're on the webinar, but I can't really reply to it or help you with the chat. I'm just not capable of doing that particular thing. And then we'll be off and I won't have your message anymore. For me, I do training about the genius, but I also do other trainings of different health topics and energy and frequency. Please join me on my app, which is really like a training app for the genius. So if you already have some of my courses, you'll now be able to access them much more easily from your app. So go to the App Store and look for the app called Resonance Awakenings and download it for free. You'll be able to watch all the courses that you already have, and you'll also receive notifications about new free trainings that I have coming up. So it's Resonance Awakenings. It's all mine, all about my genius trainings, all about other trainings related to that, relating to natural health. And we're working on an Android version coming soon. So it's called Resonance Awakenings, and it's inside the App Store now. Now, I want to talk to you all about frequency and energy, and we're going to be doing that in just a moment. It's just amazing that I can't live stream. I'm really rather confused about this. Okay. So anyway, we're going to talk about really cool stuff today. We're going to talk about intention exercises. So last week I talked about the power of intention. Today we're going to talk all about how to do it. So people often ask, what is the genius? How does it work? And okay, so okay, definitely, thank you. Just some comments coming in here. Jessica says, hi, did I miss Holistic Solutions for your dog and cat? The event says that's today. No, we changed it. So occasionally from time to time, we do actually change our events. So today, as I mentioned in last class live, is about healing the power of intention. So in the future, Jessica, I'm real sorry if I've disappointed you, but come back later and I'm sure we'll talk about the dog and the cat. But it was extremely pressing that we continued to talk about last week's topic, which we had not finished, which is all about the power of intention. We are going to be having a course coming up in the power of intention. The people that we want to have for the course are people who are super highly motivated. The course is going to be offered at a very reasonable price for a 6-week course. And it's going to be people who really want to participate. We're going to ask you to participate live, and we're going to be manifesting live. We're also going to be working as a group where whatever you're trying to manifest, people will be praying for you and using their intention for you. So it's going to be an incredibly compelling course. You're going to have big breakthroughs. And it's not just for people who say they want to manifest money. It's that you want to manifest health. Like you have a very serious illness and you want to work on the power of manifestation to clear that illness or that chronic pain or whatever it might be. So I want to pick up where we left off last week, and that's all about what the genius does. So I can tell you from the beginning, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I can tell you right from what I said right from the beginning of all of this is that you can work without the genius. Like you are the genius. When they come out with the med bed, it's going to be really cool. Like the med bed will be something that people can go into and have a miracle. But what you should understand is that you are the med bed. And if you really understood how to use your mind, your thoughts, your words in the most precise way, then you could be healing yourself all day long. And in fact, people do this all the time unknowingly. We want to grasp the power of our thoughts. You guys, no matter what seems to be happening externally, the world is moving into an age of light. There's so much light coming down on the planet, and people who chose to incarnate here at this time, and the younger people are bringing this in with even more fervor. So millennials and Gen Zs, even though it doesn't look like that externally, there's a tremendous amount of uptick in everyone's understanding of frequency, of light, the power of thought. So what you want to do is sort of get away from everything that's happening externally and really turn within and really focus on your own life, what you want, because you can be living the most wonderful life that you really want to live. And you have to sort of kind of wring out the external garbage of politics and what's going on and really go within and determine what is it that you want in this life. Everything right now is available to you. It's like a wish-fulfilling tree. And now what we're really getting into is the mechanics of how that's done, and then the courage to actually do that. Because if you're giving the keys to the universe and the universe just says to you, like, here you go, you can go ahead and do whatever you want, it can be quite overwhelming and even fear-inducing to think, it's my choice. I can do whatever I want. Oh my gosh, I wonder what I want to do. I don't even know. I'm so divorced from the ability to choose because I've been a victim for so long. I've been reacting. I couldn't imagine actually choosing what I want to do in life, what I want to manifest, where I want to live, how I want to live, who I want to live with. And so this is a very new age that we're going into, and we're looking for the mechanics. We're looking for all the technologies. But I really want to submit to you that beyond the technologies is the power of your words, the power of your mind, the power to engage frequency in a very particular way. And I want to encourage you to take full advantage of that, because I don't think that people get the true satisfaction out of life really until they've sort of flexed these muscles of intention, of expressing that which you really truly want. So the genius is a partner. The genius is your training wheels. Okay, the genius looks like it's sending frequency to people, but the genius is piggybacking or partnering with your intention for your client and others and working in partnership. So you'll see some practitioners that can get results in minutes, in a session, and you see other people who really struggle. So I submit to you that part of that is that getting real focused on your intention. And so we're going to do that as a group for 6 weeks, where we're going to send other people intention. We're going to pray for them in their manifestation. We're going to use specific skills from the genius, but also certain frequencies, looking at the power of words. How does this actually work? And how do you clear your mind? You must clear your mind and get into present moment. If you can't get into present moment and you're stuck within your thoughts all about your past or worried about your present, you really can't do this. And so you'll just be in the cycle sort of what, these different powers that be have like to keep people in these cycles, controlling all the music and controlling all your thoughts and letting you think that you're a victim in your life. So the genius really is your partner here, okay? So it is working with your thoughts, which are energy and frequency. You're a little electrical machine just walking around everywhere and constantly sort of like, you can imagine those little sizzle sounds that come from when you see electricity and all the little pops and everything. So you're walking around doing that all day, but it's really just a matter of you getting your intention focused, and it takes practice. And that's another thing we're going to be doing in the class is the flexing the muscles of that. So when you get up when you get up for your day, do you consciously think about your day and what you want and then put that energy into the day? Or do you just kind of wake up random, like, hope whatever happens, happens. I'm just looking forward to making it to the end of my day and going back to sleep. We can get into that default mode. So what do you do at the beginning of your day? All of those things are really important. So every thought, every word, every sound is constantly affecting us. That's why the genius can work, because it entrains certain frequencies and we receive that entrainment. So now we're going to do this in a more intentional way, a more focused way, a more precise way. So you can get your genius out, although I don't know if you might be stuck with your genius at the moment because he's moving information from the servers. It's only temporary. It'll only take a short amount of time. So don't worry about that. I think we have use of the genius for the moment. What would be good is please don't email me if your genius is crashing. So if your genius is crashing and it's not the Android issue is that the screen just goes black. But if your genius is crashing, please don't email me. It's just that Ryan just put out an email that says that the servers are being switched over to new servers, and that's what he's doing. Why he's doing it in the middle of everybody's day, I couldn't tell you, but it is going to be short-lived. Okay, your genius amplifies your thoughts and intentions. So I want you to start thinking about that when you're running frequencies, that you want to amplify your thoughts. And we're going to do this today. So you can take out your genius, or you can write this down on a piece of paper. And I want you to start thinking about, what are your goals? What are your goals just for this day? Maybe your goal for this day is just peace. Maybe your goal for this week is that you're looking for a home, or you're looking for a relationship, or you're looking to grow your genius business, or you're looking to heal a chronic disease or be out of pain. So I want you to just really think about what your goals are. We're going to be working on those, okay? We're going to write down some general things that we want. We're going to write down some specific things that we want, okay? For example, general. Today is the 27th of August, 2024. It's a Tuesday, at least in the United States here, okay? It's the 27th of August, 2024 in present time. So you have to get into present time. And we can get so, strung out in our world. Can't remember what day it is. Can't remember the date. Are we at the end of August? Are we at the beginning? When is September starting? What day does it start? Right? So we want to get really focused. So we want to get really in present moment. We want to start planning, right? So we have a goal. Today, my abundance is increasing in my world. I am enjoying a wonderful day today filled with peace. I give thanks for the excellent relationships and rapport I have with those around me, right? What are your goals? What do you want? So we're going to write those down. You can write them down right now while I'm talking. We're going to create a library. So you can create libraries, you can delete libraries, you can rename libraries. So suppose we create a library that says manifestation for the 27th of August, 2024. And we're going to put these phrases, our intention, we're going to give life to them through the genius. Okay, so we're going to write down and we're going to create a library just for today. Remember, tomorrow you could delete it, or you could change the name and edit it, or you could change manifestation for the week of the 27th of August, 2024. It's good to get real grounded in present time. Oh gosh, I'm here in this moment. This is the moment. It's the Tuesday on the 27th of August. I'm here. I'm ready to create the life that I want. All right, so then we've got it created. We're gonna save it, right? You save it down here. And then we're going to create words, intentions. We can turn this phrase and this intention into a frequency. So we're going to do it through archetype encoding, and then I'm going to show you some further sophisticated ways to even enhance your words as you create the library. So one of the things that you can do is you can then, once this becomes a frequency, then you can put it into your tray and you could play it for 15 minutes, or you could export it to your quantum capsule and play it for 15 minutes from there, or you could play it throughout your day. And it will remind you to keep looking at the affirmation, because you'll have it on right there in your quantum capsule, and it'll keep playing the frequency. What the Genius does, especially with the archetype encoding part of the Genius, is it's assigning harmonic frequencies that are very powerful. This is probably one of the most really cool parts of the Genius. It's assigning frequencies to the I, to the G, to the I, to the give, to the thanks, and then assigning a frequency to the entire sentence as a composite. So it's a very interesting sort of proprietary part of the Genius, that it actually sort of gives life to these words. So it's a really cool thing that you can get in on and start doing right now. So you're going to, the most important thing is that you understand that you're a partner with the Genius, giving life to things through your thoughts, right? You're constantly giving life to certain experiences through your thoughts. It's just a matter of those, thoughts are what people told you to think, like maybe with the news, or they're thoughts that you chose to think because you thought in your mind, well, I want to create this in my life. And so you start thinking the thought, and the thought, you give the thought wings, you give the thought life. One of the ways you can enhance that is through utilizing the Genius in this way through the libraries. So if you want to, you could create one right now. The most important thing is to figure out what it is that you want. You could also be real specific, okay? This week or this day or this month, I am so thankful for the additional 3 clients that have come to me for biofeedback sessions in my practice. I am filled with joy that I was able to find the exact home that I was looking for. Hang on one second. Okay, oops. Okay, and I am very grateful that when I go to the event tonight, that I will very easily find a parking space. This is really just a fun part of intention and affirmations, is once you get good at affirmations, you sort of want to amp them up. I'm going to have the most amazing time at the event tonight. I'm going to have the most wonderful experience of going to the beach or getting on my flight. I'm going to have a wonderful flight and a great flight attendant. The person who sits next to me will be very polite and quiet. It'll be a joyous, ride. And when I get to my destination, I'm going to have a fabulous time at my destination. Why wouldn't you pre-plan all of this with your thoughts and with your intention and with your Genius? Because that's the reality of life. It's just that we always do it in the default. So you're kind of just throwing, caution to the wind and saying, well, I don't have any thoughts about this. I'll just let the universe figure it out for me. And it will be a product of your subconscious thoughts. So if your subconscious thoughts are, my flight is going to be delayed, or I'm worried about it, and you're not working through that conscious thought, then you're sort of leaving that really open for it to happen. Now, of course, it could happen anyway. We don't have complete control over the universe, but why not start to flex the muscles that you do have, and start to say, even if my flight is delayed, there'll be some part of it that is absolutely wonderful. Maybe I'll meet somebody new, or I'll read a book that I didn't expect to have time to read. So you want to start thinking like this, and then you can program them into your Genius. And we're going to talk about a number of different ways that you can use them. One way I already said is that when you create the library, you play the library by putting it in the Quicks app or putting it into the main whole tray. And then what I like to do is I export those frequencies to my quantum capsule so that I can be doing other things from within my Genius And then just for my quantum capsule, I can play those frequencies. Okay, and you could do this for a client too. You could have, goal manifesting sessions, right? You could be sort of a life coach to them, combining your understanding of the power of intention with the power of the genius. So you can do a lot. And I think this is what the people that are here using the genius, because I talk with you, I visit with you, and also the clients that are coming to you, I think there's a large part that they want to be in on this action. This is the chapter that we're coming to in our lives, as an evolution, as a species. We're coming out of the dark ages of, not thinking that we have any control of our life, and we're moving into the actual mechanics of how to make this all possible, and really reclaiming a level of control over our lives, which is extremely exciting, really. So you're going to create this. So these are the manifestations for the 27th of August. I'm going to show you how to make these even more powerful by bookending these with frequency. So pay special attention, because I'm going to get into some of the techniques here in just a moment. Okay, so what I did was I programmed these with archetype encoding. Let's go back and look at that particular screen. Archetype encoding. This is when you want to bring in a supplement from your remedy plate. This is when you want to put in a real specific frequency, like 528 hertz. The genius allows you to put that specific frequency into your genius. We're not doing that though. We're allowing the genius to take the lead with interpreting our words and our phrases into frequency. So now we see that we've put them all into the genius. I'm enjoying a wonderful day today filled with peace. Now, every time you say that, you are strengthening. Evidence shows that as you repeat something, this is the science that goes on in your brain. As you think a new thought, you're actually creating literally a new neural connection, like an electrical connection. And as you think that thought over and over again, you're strengthening those connections. So your thoughts do become things in terms of the neuroplasticity, the neural changes within your own person, within your own being. And then also, as we saw last week, and you can go review my video from last week, we talked about the chick experiments cited by Joe Dispenza. You're also kind of weirdly affecting everything around you. So as you become a better broadcaster, you're having influence on things around you. So if somebody has given you permission, yes, I give you permission to heal me, to work on me. Of course, people really heal themselves, but your thoughts and your intentions are affecting your client in a big way, and you should be aware of that. And the people who have sort of that real clear conviction that their thoughts are powerful are the people who have the clients that have the miraculous outcomes. You are very much a part of the genius. The genius is not this automaton type of sterile. That's not what quantum biofeedback is. It's like radionics is really an extension of you. And so you want to get real clear about your intention. As soon as you get clear and you practice this practice of intention, all of a sudden everything will shift in your practice, and people will think you walk on water. You perform miracles because you're very, very clear and precise in your usage of your words and your thoughts in helping someone. Okay, I'm filled with joy that I was able to find the exact home I've been looking for. I'm so thankful for the additional 3 clients that have come to me for my biofeedback sessions. I'm grateful, very grateful that when I go to the event tonight that I will easily find a parking space. It can be down to the very mundane. As you get good, you're just going to write the whole movie for yourself. And why not, right? Because within your heart, you only want good things, and you only want good things for other people. And so when you're creating from your heart, you are creating a good life. It should be the life. It's the divine life you were meant to live. You're not going to do things on accident out of your thoughts. You're going to, as you get better and better at this, you'll find that you're right on point. You're living the life that you were really meant to live from the intentions expressed from your heart. So it's a great thing to do. To really know what it is that you want and then move towards getting it with these exercises. I give thanks for the excellent relationships and rapport I have with those around me. I think this one says, my abundance is increasing in wonderful ways that I could never have imagined. So as you get good, your affirmations will change. They'll become bigger, they'll become juicier, they'll become grander, because you realize that what you say becomes true. Okay, so we're going to create libraries. We're going to give them a library name. I'm manifesting for August 27th or whatever you want it to be. Then all of the general things. So you should be working on this right now. Figure out if you don't want to do it for today because we're halfway through the day. What do you want? You're going to be manifesting for 28th of August tomorrow. What's going to happen tomorrow? Plan your day with your intention. Okay, so let's look at them again. Today, my abundant, oh, okay, so we're going to do a little bit of variety. So now we're going to use frequency. And we're actually going to use them in archetype encoding. I'm going to show you. So you're going to take the affirmation and you're going to make it even better with these techniques. So let's look at those. What you can do is these cool variations. My abundance is increasing in the world was the affirmation. And then we're going to put something on the end of it. So my abundance is increasing in my world. And then on the end of it, it's going to say 528 hertz. That's the frequency for transformation and miracles. And we're going to enter it as archetype encoding. So let's see. I'm not sure if the genius is going to bonk out on us because now all of a sudden that there's a there's an update or a server update. But let's see if we can find this within the library. So I'm going to go to libraries here, and I'm going to go to manifesting. All right, manifestation for the 27th of August. This is giving me some of a hard time here. So when we go here, see, my abundance is increasing in miraculous ways I never imagined, and it's all good. Now, this is going to be created with archetype encoding. Somebody wants to give me another affirmation. Maybe I can use that as well, or I'll come up with another one. And so you can also bookend. So think about bookending your affirmations as you enter them. You can also repeat them this way. They'll become even more powerful. So we take the 528 hertz, right? You can look at all the solfeggios on my desk reference success cards, and it's going to be, you know, you want to bookend it on both ends. So that makes it even more powerful. Okay, so actually your genius should not be freezing. Ryan just emailed me and he's saying actually that was only for the server for their email. So I don't know why he needed to put that out there, but so there should be no crashing. If you are crashing, then that's probably Android. Just go ahead and send me a message and then I can send you that link to get you down, to put you on a previous version that will avoid that bug. So you bookend. You can also bookend with different words. Let's go back to here. Go back to, all right, so 528 hertz entered as archetype encoding, okay? So you can wrap a frequency like this, 528 hertz, my abundance is increasing in miraculous ways like I never imagined, and it's all good. You can also use Om if you have sacred words. So you're going to bookend them. You're going to be one before and one after the sentence. You can also use Om or AUM, right? So it would be Om, which is a sacred sound, the primordial sound. So you're sort of elevating the power of your affirmation. Om, my abundance is increasing in miraculous ways like I never imagined, and it's all good. Om. So you're putting that in, you're just putting that into your genius, and then you're putting it in as archetype encoding. So let's continue, and then we'll go back, pop out, and look at the genius, okay? So then here, with the specific ones, you would look for related frequencies that relate to the affirmation. So not just 528 hertz, transformation and miracles, but for example, I'm so thankful, you know, that I'm increasing my clients. Well, to increase your clients, you need good communication skills. So 639 hertz is really good for communication. 639 hertz. I'm so thankful for the additional 3 clients in my biofeedback, and then bookending it again with 639 hertz. And I suppose you could change it up. You could begin and end it maybe with different frequencies, but this is just from something I learned from my meditation practice, which is Om at the beginning, Om at the end. So I kind of like the idea of using the same frequency at the beginning and bookending it at the end. Now we're not entering it as actual frequency, but even frequency entered as archetype and coding, which is sort of an interpretation of the frequency based on words and letters, can still be powerful. The reason we don't enter it as frequency is it sort of negates all the archetype and coding in the word and the sentence. So we want to put it all as archetype and coding. If you don't understand that, you can put a question into the chat, say I don't understand, or you can also email me and try to explain it or clarify it. So 963 hertz is the frequency that enhances the experience of connected to your own perfection. So I am filled with joy that I maybe was or am, that I am able to find the exact home I have been looking for. So 963 hertz is all about the divine, right? Coming from a higher plane of yourself. So I'm filled with joy that I'm able to find the exact home I was looking for. And we're going to bookend it with 963 hertz, 963 hertz. This is going to be really powerful. So whatever you put into your genius today, be ready for it to manifest, because this is going to be really, really powerful for you to start really putting that into practice and seeing the results on the other side. It's really fun. Okay, now 852 hertz, when you look at this, this is for awakening intuition, okay? And coming from a higher energetic level of functioning. So this was sort of random. There's not a specific reason for this. I just wanted to try it, right? I am very grateful that when I go to the event tonight, that I very easily find a parking space. Or you guys know that little poem when you go into a very crowded place and you say, Goddess, Goddess full of grace, help me to find a parking space. I swear it works every time. But something like that, you're kind of pre-paving or pre-planning, right? You always want to be thinking about this when you're going to do something, or you're starting your day, or you're starting a new project. You are the one who's in charge. You are the one who's creating. It's just really about how much focused intention and thought you're utilizing in that creation. All right, now another way to make these extremely powerful is to use the Grabovoi numbers. So Grabovoi is a really intelligent physicist, mathematician, knows about the power of words and the power of numbers. I believe Grabovoi is also Gregory Grabovoi, and you can read his books, you can read about him online on Wikipedia, also really connected to the healing of humanity, like really wants good things for humanity. So you can read about he has different processes that he does, but they all start with really praying for humanity and blessing humanity. And that's an interesting thing. You could start off your day, instead of all about yourself, just to do a global blessing. And you could just say, like, anybody today who is in pain, I pray for them to be out of pain, completely relieved and completely restored to perfect functioning in their body. Or you could say anybody who's wanting for anything, I pray that their wishes and their dreams are fulfilled. That's a great way, because that's a very expanded blessing, as you're saying, blessing out for humanity. And everything that you put out into the world, you receive it back. So if you do a big prayer for humanity and global healing, you get it back, hundredfold. So that, I think that it's really interesting that all of his manifestational sort of rituals, or the things that he does in order, he's always starting it off with praying for the healing of humanity. We're going to see that in just a moment. So with Grabovoi, he would say, he would use 8898. This is a number sequence. So he noticed not just the power of numbers, but numbers in order, numbers in a particular sequence. Now, these haven't been like scientifically proven. These are just fun. And when you work with them, you can see what power or efficacy they have for you. So what we would do is we would say the affirmation, and then we would put the manifestational words on the end to sort of amp it up to make it even more powerful. So be careful when you're creating this, because it's going to create something really going to quickly start to notice the results. Okay. I am so thankful for the manifestation of the increase in my income by $1,000 a month, and then 8898, which is the number series that Grabovoi came up for creating and materializing. And then you enter this as archetype and coding. All right, let's see what some of your comments are. Okay, Sharon says, may the blessings be, which means thy will be done. I'd like to try something, a frequency for manifesting help of universe for clients finding me. Yes, of course, Callie, you can do that. Use I am grateful statements with goals. Yeah, the thing about I am grateful, and Joe Dispenza has mentioned this, is that when you say I'm grateful for the manifestation of $1,000 increase in my income, is when you're stating it, not only you're stating with humility, because you're expressing gratitude, which opens up your heart, it's also because you're putting yourself into the vibration. You're literally moving into the vibration where it's already happened. And so you're going to become one with that vibration. And so it has to come to you because now you're a match for the vibration. Do you know the day of the week and time yet? Oh, okay. We don't have the day of the week for the class, Sharon, but we will soon. Thank you so much for asking that. As soon as I have that on the calendar, I will let you know. I'd love to have you join us. I think you're going to have a great time. Okay, sorry for my English. I'm French. Okay, that might be from another comment. But Isabel, thank you for being here. And how do I connect with Resonance Awakenings? I don't have an ID or password. Okay, anybody can download that app and then just use forgot password, and then it'll relay a password to you, Isabel, and you can log in. So anyone can download my Resonance Awakenings, which is going to have a lot of free offerings on it. It's only available as an Apple, but we're going to be having a wonderful new Android app very soon for the Resonance Awakenings. So, and thank you, Jessica, for being so kind and understanding about my having to change the topic. That's very gracious of you. And so Pam says, can I make this a neuro remedy? Yes, you can make it a neuro remedy. We'll look at that as well in just a moment, now that I know my Genius is up and running. And that's another thing you can send your neuro remedy, which is a manifestation of your voice turned into a whole body signal, which we'll look at. And affirmations are really well utilized in the neuro remedy function. So we'll look at that in a moment. What exactly do we start for creating our library? So we'll look at that, but I actually showed that in the pictures, but I understand it's very confusing, so we'll go back and look at it. Although I do have videos all about creating libraries. We'll go back and look at that in a moment. How do I erase a library that I created? As I said before, anyone can erase a library at any time. And so what you do is you pull this to the left to erase it. Now, the one function where I don't see that happening is if you have it on your computer. If you have it on your Mac, then go to another device where you have the Genius, like a phone or an iPad, and do the erasure or the deletion of the library on those platforms. Then when you come back to your computer, you can use the refresh button. The amazing thing that Ryan added is the ability to sync across all of your devices now without signing out and signing back in. You can just use the little refresh button in the library section and everything across all the libraries will sync together. Okay, so good question. I was going to ask about making it a neuro remedy. Okay, fantastic. Can you give us the link for class for tomorrow? Okay, if you've ever registered for Bené's class, you should have the link, but I will get the link into the chat before the end of the class. Good question, Rachel. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, other Grabovoi numbers to use in manifesting, and then we'll go ahead and we'll create some more libraries together. Global salvation and harmonious development. So that's what global salvation, like the freedom of all human beings, and harmonious development. That's where he starts from, and that's the global blessing that I was talking about. 319 817-318. Whenever I read these, I realize, gosh, even your phone number, right? It has some type of there's some meaning into your phone number. It's probably it's probably no coincidence that you have the numbers that you have in your phone number or your birth date, etc. Getting anchored in the present, 713-819-21. You can download, if you go to Amazon, you can find Grabovoi on Amazon. They have Kindle books for him, and you can get these numbers for yourself. I'm not giving you a list of those numbers only because I feel like the author who published them, they should get the credit. So you can just go download the books and see all of the really cool formulations. Grabovoi, go to Amazon, find the Kindle, and you can see a few books where all those numbers are published. Remove resistance from the unconscious, 548-491-698-719. Now, why do you use remove resistance from the unconscious? Because one part of you may be moving towards the manifestation. I want to have a slim, trim body, right? And then the other part of you, without even realizing it, is heading towards the refrigerator, and then the cake inside, and then that disappears. And so you want to use this, remove resistance from the unconscious. I want to find out the self-saboteur and kind of clear those out. Whatever I'm doing, not really aware of, where I move in a divergent direction from where I think that I really want to move to. So I'm going to remove resistance from the unconscious, 548-491-698-719. You can use this in other ways. You could write down this number and keep reciting it. You keep a picture of the number on your desk and keep looking at it and saying, in service of the goal where I want to make all this money, I also remove resistance from the unconscious, 548-491-698-719. Okay, so this is where we're going. If you wonder sometimes why you came to planet Earth at this time, this is why you're here, because you're going to be learning all these really fun ways to make your life better and to make your the lives of people around you better. And this is the mechanics. This is the fun. This is the joyous creation. The genius is part of it, but you're the leading part of it. It's you. It's your gift as being a human being. Other Grabovoi numbers you can use in manifesting: divine protection. You know, that's a really good one, because we have a lot of fears, right? And we have a lot of fears of things happening and whatever it might be. So let's just say you're going to travel somewhere, you're getting in the car, okay? I want my trip to be blessed. My trip is free of any issues, any mechanical issues, any driving issues. And I also ask for divine protection, 8888. So that's a way to utilize this. Create miracles. Everything is possible. I am creating the miracle of my body healing in this moment, my cells returning to perfect health, 519-7148. So now the reason we've been talking about this is you can put that into the archetype encoding. So we're going to look at this. I think we have one more. Okay, so yeah, so let's pop out. We'll come back to this. So let's just look at this so we can work on it together. And so, all right, so the bookending, right? So bookending, 639 hertz, right? Well, let's start again. Let's actually go back to the beginning. Callie had a question on this, right? So if we go all the way back to our system overview. From system overview, pay attention if you asked about how to create libraries. You go to your menu. This is the menu. Let's go ahead and get a spotlight on this if we can. Spotlight looks like this, so tap that. Okay, so this is a spotlight, shows where we are. So we're going to go to this is called the navigation bar. We're going to pull up libraries. We go to libraries. So it pulls up libraries, and we're going to start a new library, and it's going to be called Manifestations for Success. All right, so you can put a date next to it. You don't have to, but this is how you start a library, okay? You don't need to put anything in here, but you could if you want. These are my manifestations these are my maybe affirmations for, it just spell checked me. Good Lord. Okay, these are my affirmations oh wow, this is really problematic. It's not letting me go back. I don't know why it's doing that. All right, I'm gonna have to ask the developer about that. Isn't that weird? I wonder if I was tapping something. These are my affirmations for my the life I want to live. That was really weird. I might have been tapping something. So then we hit done, and then we hit save. Now you don't need to put anything in the description, that's just optional, but you have to name the library, then the library will populate within your libraries. So if we go back here and we look at all the libraries, we use the alphabetical one here, you can see manifestations for success. This is the one we just created. So now let's go ahead and we're going to add more items, right? So just as an example, right, we want to work on the communication. We're going to create a really healthy relationship with family members, spouse, you know, significant other. So my relationships are becoming, or they are, you know, I give thanks that my relationships are more, so we could change it. I give thanks that my relationships are filled with harmony and joy. Okay, and then we bookend it with 639 hertz, all about that increasing that energy of communication. Archetype encoding. We hit archetype encoding. Now that little process that you see with the waves, it's very, very fast, but there's something important happening. There's actually you're being assigned, or that affirmation is being assigned, a whole host of harmonic frequencies. And this is sort of the genius of Ryan, is that those are very special frequencies that he's assigned, and they're really powerful. This is one of the ways that the genius really shines. All right, so that's one way. So then you could use some of the, see if we can just edit and go into edit mode here and pull some of those up. So we're gonna go ahead and look at that in a minute. So create miracles, right? So this one, you could probably bookend it at the beginning too. Like you could probably go 519-7148 about creating miracles. Make sure you get the right numbers in there, right? My cells are all miraculously repaired and healed and functioning at very high frequencies. Just whatever, right? And then, because you want to create miracles, 519-7148, archetype encoding. All right, so that's how you do it. And then, so what do you do with this frequency? So then once you have the frequency, so then usually when you create something like this, you want to go back to add to your client and make sure you select these all. And this will be added to your client profile. Another thing you may need to do, so let's just look at this. You may need to, let's just say you created a bunch of these libraries, even as we've been talking, you've been doing it in real time. Go to your settings, and you see where it says automatically assign your libraries. Toggle this off, and I believe you need to reset it now for the libraries that have just been created. If you log out and log in, this will happen. But you want to do is go ahead and assign them here. Do you want to assign them all to all clients? Yes, it's going to make your life a lot easier. So then we go here. Now we go here. Let's go, and we're going to scan these libraries, and we're going to find these libraries and show how to use them, as well as how to create a neuro remedy. All right. So I just hopped on. Do all Genius owners have this ability to create these personalized libraries? Diane, yes, they do. As long as they have the libraries module, which you all have, yes, you can do that. All right. All right, fantastic. You guys are totally getting this, so that's great. It says you can't delete libraries that are sent by someone else. That, I think that's important. Although, I mean, you probably can ask the developer. The thing is, if you delete a library sent to you by somebody else, you might have to repurchase it. So you don't really want to delete those libraries. If something is really offensive to you, then you should contact the developer or contact me. Hopefully not one of my libraries, but I'm not the only one. I'll create some, so there's the one that you're really dissatisfied with, then you could contact me. We could see what could be done to eliminate it. But in general, hopefully you don't want to eliminate any that you paid for. All right, so let's go to manifesting. A lot of people are saying, like, this is something that I've really wanted. I'm glad you're showing me how to do this, and so I'm glad that you were able to join us for today. So let's look, manifestations for success. All right, these are the ones. So my cells are all miraculously repaired, and we bookended this with the Grabovoi number, 519-7148. So now what are we going to do with this? We're going to put it into the tray. Oh, what's going on with this? Clear this. Okay, so my cells are miraculously repaired. Oh, this drag and drop is not working. Okay, So let's go ahead and red and yellow items. Now they're going to be added. There we go. And so now what you could do is you could send this to your capsule. So it would be in your capsule, or we have a few more that we created, the manifestations for the 27th, right, for today. So we could add all of those to the tray. Like that. And then, so once again, you could run all of these. You could see, it's fun to see which one is the highest resonance for you today. So you can see which one ranks up at the very highest for you. So the one that ranks up the highest here, 528 hertz, my abundance is increasing in miraculous ways like I never imagined, and it's all good. I give thanks for the excellent relationships and rapport I have with those around me. 639 hertz, so that one really resonates. I give thanks that my relationships are filled with joy and harmony. Okay, so you could do this, or you could do all of them, and you could export them to your capsule. I mean, why not? Because that's going to be a lot easier for you to run them during your day. So I just simply go to my capsule, which is in here, down here. And so I just pull it up, I hit OK. And now I can do a playlist, which is affirmations for Tuesday, whatever it is, affirmations for success, whatever it is that will remind you. And then you just go ahead and you hit OK. And now it's gotten sent to your capsule. You can import and run it there. You can also turn this into a neuro remedy, which is what somebody asked about. So let's go ahead and let's see, what were the ones that were on the high order there? So just go like this. I just want to take a screenshot of this. So we'll take a screenshot of these, especially the high ones, and then we're going to go to our neuro remedy. So to go to the neuro remedy, we have to look for it on the menu bar, and it's right here, neuro remedy. And in the neuro remedy, we record our voice, and the voice gets turned into a total sound experience. So in order to do this, what I want to do is bring up those affirmations. So let's go ahead and bring those up. Oh, my Finder is really acting very, very funny these days, and not in a helpful way. Okay, so I just got this. There we go. All right, so let's get rid of this, get rid of this. And now we have those affirmations. So what you could do is you could just say out loud the top 3 affirmations. The way you do it is you hit the plus sign, and then you say affirmations for Tuesday, or whatever it will help you remember this, right? And then you record them. 528 hertz, my abundance is increasing in miraculous ways like I never imagined, and it's all good. 528 hertz. I give thanks for the excellent relationships and rapport I have with those around me. 639 hertz. I give thanks that my relationships are filled with harmony and joy. 639 hertz. Now, when your voice says 639, it's not really resonating at 639, but I believe even that is being spoken as an intention. It has power. So, you can say it and bookend it that way, or you can leave out the hertz if you want to. So we're going to save it. Then what we do is we begin an analysis here, and it kind of brings up the scores for all of these. You could go with the one that's high or low, like a high or low score, or you could just play the one that you just created. So we're just going to play this one, affirmations for Tuesday. So we just play it, and we can listen to it for a minute, 15 minutes. What's happening is our voice is being converted in a way that even amplifies the power of our voice even more. And it works on us on a mind, body, spirit connection. It's kind of mysterious, but this neuro remedy is cool. It could be like a standalone feature. And then also we can do this, export it. So export it to the Quantum Cap. That's another, I don't know how Ryan figured out how to do this, because that's really cool. Oh, we have to select it. So affirmations for Tuesday, then we export it. It allows us to, so this is neuro remedy, affirmations for Tuesday. And then we're going to select the person we're sending it to. And then there's an OK button here. And now we send that. So it's pretty cool. So this is, how you're using the power of intention. This is how you're partnering with your genius. We have a few more things to mention, and then I'll get to your questions and comments. And then we're going to have the course for you to enter into the course really soon. And if you like these affirmations, these exercises, let me know in the comments. Like I really, something really resonates with me. I've been wanting to use more intention or things like that. So if we just go to this, you could also do something like, get past the Grabovoi numbers here. Okay, put your daily frequencies into water. So now think of frequencies that you want for every day. They're sort of generic frequencies that are not going to change for you. And so then you can basically create a library, put those frequencies into the library, and then put the frequencies into water. And then the water that you take with you to the gym or you take to drink throughout the day is filled with these affirmations. So you're entraining the frequencies by drinking the water as well. So it might be things like, my day is completely filled with joy. Each day I have incredible positive discoveries. I am always divinely protected. And you could put that 8888 on the end of this. Magical experiences fill my day. I bring positive energy to others' lives. My cells are filled with light and I'm very healthy. So all of those things can be put, then you basically put those affirmations, you play them. Okay, whoops. All right, step 1, create the library and then save it. Step 2, place your water bottle on top of your remedy plate. Step 3, imprint the water for about 15 to 20 minutes. Create a daily prayer and blessing for your day. Okay, so this is something you're going to play in the morning, it's something you can play in the afternoon, something you can play in the evening. And obviously you can drink the water throughout the day and you're getting little snippets of entrainment, of entraining those frequencies into your life. Now, when you create that daily frequencies library, so these are my daily frequencies, my affirmations that I want every day, you could also include solfeggio frequencies, Nogier frequencies, Bach flower essences, sacred geometry. Do I have something here? Okay, here's an example of what you could do. So you're healing from a specific condition. So I am so thankful that I've completely healed from this condition. And this is an entire library. We'll go ahead and we'll create it so I can show you the example. And then you include theta from the brain waves. So theta, why do you want theta? Theta is the desired state to enter into for creation. Theta gets you into the present time. So present time, you're not thinking about the past, you're not thinking about the future. You're able to really focus and transcend all of the other noise. So you want to get into theta, that theta brainwave. 528 hertz, 963 hertz, connecting to your own perfection. 174 hertz, how about that for people who are in pain, pain reduction. Grabovoi, this is, I think it's creating miracles, 8898. So let's look at that. We're going to look at that. Let's go ahead and we'll look at that particular screen. So come down here, and then we bring up the genius. All right. So then we go back. So if you didn't get the library creation, now you can get the library creation as we do this. So let's just go ahead and put this here. So let's go back here, and this is going to go back into libraries here. And remember, you can come and you can look at this again. So this is going to be daily frequencies for manifestation or affirmation or something like that. All right, so then we save them again. Once again, I didn't spell manifestation correctly, did I? Manifestation. It's hard to do that when you're on the fly. All right, so then you got that, and then we're going to add frequencies. So it says, actually, I think that I can go right from here. Okay. I'm just going to copy it here to make it quicker. So that one, and remember, you can bookend it with something like 528 hertz, or you'll come up with even more, maybe, your other ones. You can bookend it at the beginning. You come up with other solfeggios or other, maybe it's going to be 8888 or a Grabovoi number. And then we're going to take these. So, oh, we can't put them in the library though. So what we're going to do is what we have to do here, let me think for a second. I'm trying to make it easier. You know, there's a couple of ways that we can actually do it. Let me go back to the library that we were creating. So, okay. Daily frequencies for manifestation. Let's do it this way, actually. So, theta brain wave frequency. We don't really have this, so we could do it as archetype encoding, but we could also add it in from the system overview. So let's look at doing it in a couple of different ways. We'll come back and we'll do it. But you could also do it this way. You can actually add in solfeggio because you know that frequency. So when you do this, we're actually going to add in the actual frequency. So let's look at that. So we're going to add in the frequency input. We're actually going to put 528 in here like that. And then you can also add in solfeggio 963, right? And it's just, you just put in the number 963 to the frequency and it actually will give you that frequency when you play it. That's a really cool part of the genius. All right. And then we've got, let's do solfeggio 174 hertz for pain reduction. And 174. All right, now remember we have to add all of our, so we have this daily frequencies for manifestation, so I can actually remember what I called it. Now here we have to add them all in. We're going to add them to our client, select all, we're going to add them in, and we're going to be able to rescan. I'm going to show you how to bring it all together here. So let's go ahead and we'll clear these out, then go back here. It's going to force you to retest the analysis because you have a new library that's been added. So we're going to do that. We'll get to your comments in just a moment. All right, so we're going to bring this in. So remember, we have to search for that one, which was daily frequencies for manifestation. So we're going to put all of those into the tray, the yellows and the greens. Now all of those are in here, but we're going to add something. So now we could go back here, and if we wanted to, we could go to brain EEG, and we could actually, we could add in that theta frequency. So if you wanted to add in the actual theta, you could do that, and you could remove this one. All right, so now we have these in the main hold tray, or we could have them up in the quick zap. And so this is like a combination daily balancer. We could put it into water, or we could just run it for ourselves. So it's just another way to do this. Okay, so play all of those, right? Solfeggio 528. This is because you're working on a particular condition, right? Healing from a specific condition. And you can add a lot of other things. All my cells are restored to wellness. You know, my thyroid is completely healed. I'm so grateful that my thyroid is miraculously healed. This cancer has now left me, my energetic field and my physical body. There are many, many other things that you could add to that. All right, let's see what some of your comments are here. Okay. Let me just, okay, we got a lot of sort of people talking back and forth. Let's actually just stop that there. All right, so let's see. All right. If a library doesn't have subpanels, then is it effective to use only the library title? Tammy, if that's one of mine, then please email me about it. But in general, libraries should have items within them. So sometimes we're developing a library, it doesn't have one. If you're trying to use it, we can expedite it. So send me a message. I don't know, it probably can be used on its own because it does have words in it, but it's meant to have things in the sub-library. Is there an annotation that depicts Grabovoi numbers, i.e. like solfeggio says 528? I'm sorry, I don't understand that one. Joan, I'm going to need more information. I don't know how to answer. If I create a list of 10 affirmations in one library how long would I play this playlist? It only shows seconds, not minutes, which doesn't sound very long. No, I'm also not sure I understand that. Like I'm playing a playlist of affirmations right now and I can set the timer. You have to put it into the tray first. Great idea to add the affirmations to the frequency of water. Thank you very much, Maria. Can you place the glass of water on the iPad? Can you just place the glass of water on the iPad? Yes, you can, but you have to understand that a broadcaster or remedy plate is very specific in the way that it moves frequencies into whatever the media is. So what I would submit to you is that having a plate of any kind is much more powerful than just putting it on the iPad, although yes, it is possible. Okay, fantastic. Okay, doesn't even begin to explain how appreciative I am. Jacqueline, it's been so nice to have you in class, and thank you. This is, I believe, our true destiny, is to learn how to do all this. And so it's really fun to create it together. And I hope you'll join our class as soon as we have it set up. It's going to be very reasonably priced, and you're going to have a great deal of fun. We're going to do this together. So it's not just going to be just teaching. It's going to be live, interactive. And we're going to very much help each other in the manifestation process. So I'll have more information about the time and the date very, very soon, as well as information for registration. Thank you everybody for being part of class today. If there was something that I didn't answer for you, then please send me a message, Ariel@geniusbiofeedback.com. Also, right after class, I'm going to upload it to YouTube because for some reason I can't do it live. I can't live stream. I don't know why. Eventually I'll figure it out. But we'll be back again next week. And also somebody asked me to post the link for tomorrow, so we'll do that as we answer if there's any final burning questions. But I really do hope that you'll go ahead and take a moment to create some affirmations for yourself today. Think about what it is that you really want, for your life, and then, create it as affirmations. It's so fun, and the Genius is a great partner. Even though it comes from you, and just by virtue of you being human, you can do this. It's really fun to amplify it with the Genius. Now I'm just about to post that webinar, so if you want to come hang out with Benet tomorrow, we're going to go ahead and post this. You also get a free library all about clearing chronic fatigue by hanging out with her. So we're going to go ahead and put that into the chat just right now. So here's the link for tomorrow. Link for class at 12 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow with Benet is going to be there. All right, thank you everybody for joining today, and thanks for all the positive words about class. I'm really glad that this resonates. Super fun. We're going to keep doing more stuff like this. So thank you and have a great week, everybody. See you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.